Hey, it's Tom from Texas, and it's time for another Floppy Deep Dive. And today we're going to be doing another episode in the series of Retro Deal or Dud. And I picked up 3 items this week, and this is one of them. Got this Commodore 64, looking really sharp. This box looks almost brand new. Want to share with you guys. We're going to open it up, check it out, see what all I got, make sure that it works, and then in the end, I'll tell you exactly what I paid for it, and then you tell me, was it a retro deal or dud? So let's go ahead and get started. So I want to do a shout out to my Patreons. I got a new Patreon, Chris Cool. Thank you so much. You're amazing, man. I appreciate you joining our little group over there on Patreon. And I also want to do a shout out to my other Patreon, Tony from Italy. Both you guys, you're my 1 and 2 so far, and I really appreciate you. If you want to join Patreon, go ahead and go to this link, and you too could also join this club. I also want to do a shout out to my retro community. Love you guys, especially you regulars who always comment on all my videos. You know who you are. I appreciate every one of you. You guys are great. I love talking to you. I love hearing your insight, and it's just a blast. Now, I'm also working on something. I'm thinking about starting a podcast. I mentioned that in one of my community posts, but I want to do something dealing with Floppy Deep Dive, but I want to involve you guys. And so while things continue and grow, I'll keep you updated on that. But I'm really excited. I think that'd be something cool that we can do and get even more into this retro computers and gaming and floppies and everything else. So let's go ahead and continue on. This video is sponsored by PCBWay. When you're needing a PCB board, either small, medium, large, and different colors, exactly how you're needing it, PCBWay is the place to go, and I love it for when I'm using my retro computers and I need that. I like to jump over to the projects page on the computers and USBs and look at all the different things that people did on the projects dealing with the Commodore 64, from doing the Commodore 64 PLA replacement to doing joystick joypads when you're doing retro gaming to doing a keyboard. They have so many cool different projects that you can make using their PCBWay boards, and I love it for all my retro computer and computer gaming needs. So check out PCBWay. So this came in the mail today, so I decided I'm going to do another deal or dud video, because part of retro gaming is just collecting, right? And getting all that retro stuff so you can play the games and relive your childhood. So I got this Commodore 64 in 1541, and when I saw it listed in Marketplace on Facebook, it looked very brand new to me. And look how sharp and clean this thing looks. I asked a little bit of the backstory on it and found out that the lady's grandmother recently passed, and she was gathering stuff. They're cleaning out her house, and they came across this, and she didn't really know what she had, but she put it up for sale. And when I saw how clean it was and how new it looked, I thought, wow, here's a chance to get almost a brand new Commodore 64 and 1541 floppy disk. So let's go ahead and dig into this and check it out. So check out this Commodore 64 box by itself and how beautiful it is. I mean, I've yet to come across one that's this clean and looks this good. And I was, like I said, just so impressed with how new it looked. And you could definitely tell that they have not used it very much at all. So let's go ahead and open this up and check it out. Let's go ahead and open this up and see. Welcome to the world of friendly computing. But it's got some stuff. And she did have it out of the box when she advertised it, so she took this stuff out. But you can see it's got the Commodore 64 user guide in there. And it's the smaller ones, not like the big ones. So I think when it got newer, they started making smaller. Save them some money, right? Not so much paper. Of course, it's got the floppy head protector. Got all the warranty information in here. Got the Commodore 64 hardware, software. Now they get more out of your Commodore 64 computer. I love these, they just look good in pictures. But then we got the computer, right? So let's check out the computer. Let's try this. Lift this. I'm going to take that out of the back, the brown stuff, and that'll make it easier for me to grab the computer and show you what it looks like. And it looks really, really good. Really, really clean. I would say it probably got some use. I'm not sure on that positive, but everything looks like it hasn't been hardly used at all. It looks freaking brand new. I don't have any plastic piece to peel off here, but nothing. Nice and brown, just like it's supposed to be. Just a pretty, pretty machine right there. You can also see on the back, no cracks. Just very, very clean, very, very smooth. Looks really good. Now let's look at this beautiful 1541 and just look at it. I mean, looks brand spanking new, right? Just everything about it. Nice and clean. Purchased at the same place, wherever that place is. Just looks really good. The only thing here is looks like it's a tag from the store or something they had on there, but just really sharp. Nice showpiece. So let's open up this floppy disk box here. So let's look at this 1541, what kind it is. Open it up here. Take it out of the package, maybe for the first time. Oh, it even has this seal. What is this? Plastic covering they got on here. I never seen that before, but it looks like it's just a protective cover for the 1541. You see it, the protective cover on here. So I'm just going to take that off, and there she is in all its beauty. 1541, looking really sharp. No scuffs, no nothing. Looks brand spanking new. Looks like that plastic actually did something to it. You see that in the reflection in the light? That plastic piece that was on there, they had it stored in, actually put some kind of swirly color into it. That's okay. There she is, the front. Beautiful. So I'm going to go ahead and get this thing all plugged in and try it out and see if it works. So next I'm going to be opening this box here. This is the third item that I picked up on this retro dealer dud, and I got this, says Renewed Odyssey, but it's this Magnavox Odyssey 3000, and this thing looks brand spanking new also. Look at it. Look at those 70s colors, that orange and that yellow. And this is definitely a Pong set, right? They have different things on there. Looks like we've got tennis and hockey, smash and practice, because you definitely got to do a lot of practicing when you're playing your Pong, right? And making sure that you're hitting the ball. But this is all packed away. I'm not sure what the renewed mean. I wonder if this is like a refurbished model or something. Not really sure why it says renewed or what that means from back then, but that's what it says. So the Magnavox Odyssey 3000 was released in 1977, and it had the same game variations as the Odyssey 2000, and the unit's set up for 2-player, but a solo play can also be used in practice mode or also in Smash. And a 3-position handicap switch was allowed to set your different skill levels, and you could get additional controls to allow players to select automatic or manual serve, ball speed, ball deflection, 20 or 40 degrees. And with the Odyssey 3000, Magnavox abandoned its old case design with one of those more contemporary style. But the console itself, it's more angular and less rounded. It has 2 flat buttons are used to serve and reset functions. And There's also the console setting knobs were reduced in size, and the Odyssey 3000 used a flat circular knob for selecting different games, unlike all the other previous Odysseys dedicated video game consoles. And the Odyssey 3000 featured detachable game paddles without any fire buttons. And the Odyssey 3000 is powered by either 6C batteries or an optional AC adapter, which I do not have, so definitely will have to get the 6C batteries to be able to run this thing. Alright guys, we're going to try this out for the first time. As you can see, I got it hooked up to my new brick over here, and I've got just using my own cords. I'm going to leave those cords in the boxes. So let's go ahead and turn on the monitor. Yeah, let's turn on our floppy and the 64. Oh no, out of memory error and 0 ready. Oh no, you know what this just turned into? Project. So even though it looks brand new in the box, it is giving me these symbols out of memory error and 0 ready. Makes me think that it has something to do with the memory. And as we know, even just sitting in the closet, these things can go bad. So this is what we're looking at to be able to replace them. This is the brand new one, and I can definitely tell this has never been opened before. Everything from turning the screw, you could hear the pop of the screw when they turn it. But the biggest thing, and what I expected when I opened this up, is looking at this memory, because the memory is what's giving me an issue here. And it's this MT. If you ever have this MT memory in one of your Commodore 64s, it just breaks down. It doesn't matter if it's sitting in a closet, it doesn't matter what it's doing, whatever chemicals they use to make these chips, they're just bad. So we're going to have to replace these, and luckily I have some memory chips. So we're going to need to do some desoldering and then solder them back on again, and then test it out, and hopefully everything works just fine. So now let's test the floppy and see. I got a different Commodore hooked up here. This is my good old Commodore. Whew, that was a rough first read there, but I finally got through it like something was in the way. All right, so let's load up our mascot and see if this works. You sit in the closet for 30 years and see how smooth you run when you first get loaded up and try to read a disc. There you go, there's Bruce Lee. So the floppy's working just fine, so that's good. The floppy part of it worked. All right guys, so let's go ahead and try this out and see if it works or not. And it's good old Pong, but this is the hockey version. It's two player, as you could see. But everything looks to be working well. So good old Pong. So this game from Odyssey 3000, I believe it's from like 1977, works just perfectly in this retro deal. So very cool. We got something up running. So always nice when it works and you don't have to fix anything. So that's my Odyssey 3000. Now let's go ahead and wrap this thing up. So that's it, guys. That's everything that I got. These three items, this Commodore 64 1541 and the Odyssey 3000. A little bummed that this didn't work, and that sometimes happens when you do retro stuff. I will open it up, do my best to fix it, and maybe that will be another video. I'll keep you guys updated. 1541 worked like a champ. I was thinking with those sounds that it was making, probably was the first time it ever even read a disc. I bet they never even used it since there weren't even any floppies that they had. They probably bought this 64 and that 1541, tried it one time, put it in the closet, and never touched it again. That's my guess, but who knows. And then also that Odyssey 3000. That thing is so cool. Love looking at that 70s retro stuff, putting those 6C batteries in there and making them work. But that's not it, guys. I want to tell you how much I actually paid for all this now. So I paid for those three items. I offered her $100 and she accepted it. Now I also had to do shipping, and shipping was $25. So total $125. That's for the three items and the shipping to get it here. But I think it was worth it. What do you think? Was it a retro deal or dud? So don't stop there, guys. I've got other retro deal or dud videos you need to check out if you haven't seen them yet, or even go watch one of the mini faces or what's on that floppy series. Lots of different videos. If you love Commodore and retro computers, go check it out.
Yeah!